Supposedly, Ugandans have been having a difficult time operating in China due to the harsh methods used by Chinese as well as enterprises in Uganda that are allegedly indulging in unfair commercial practices. These problems led to a discussion about the subject at a meeting involving the Chinese ambassador to Uganda, the head of the opposition, and legislators. The opposition leader and legislators expressed their worries at the discussion.
Have had a few complaints from some of the workers, Ugandan workers, in the Chinese factories about mistreatment. Okay, you need to encourage them to treat Ugandans. The Ugandans need these jobs. There's no doubt. We need these jobs, but they should be handled as people, treated well, respect their rights at employment. We hear issues like they are denied leave, they work for very long hours.
With remorse, some legislators reacted to the issue regarding sanctions such as 10 years in prison and the death penalty by demanding that the Chinese government consider bringing perpetrators to be punished by their country.
We need reciprocity, that the way Chinese want to be treated in Uganda is the same way they should treat Ugandan nationals who exit to China for business, for tourism, for education, among others. We hear a lot of challenges that those who are apprehended on suspicion of offenses in China are not given a fair trial.
The Chinese government to return Ugandans to Uganda so that they can be prosecuted here.
The Chinese ambassador acknowledged the problems and made a commitment to investigate. He also appreciates its business links with Uganda and said that he will take steps to ensure that Ugandans doing business in China are treated fairly. He further mentioned that the Chinese government had put in place measures to stop Chinese enterprises doing business abroad from engaging in unfair business practices. He further mentioned that the Chinese government had put in place measures to stop Chinese enterprises doing business abroad from engaging in unfair business practices. They are to abide by the CSR and ethical business practices as practiced back home.
Certainly about Uganda, some mistreatment complaints in some factories. As I said properly, in some factories which are out of our sight, they come here by themselves. They set up small factories, and without our notice, embassy, they did not report to us. Maybe. But once we find them, I know last year we received one report about complaining about the mistreatment of workers, a small factory. So we immediately reach out to the factory owners and ask them to cooperate with the authorities.
The dialogue between the Chinese ambassador to Uganda and the leader of opposition is a positive step towards addressing the concerns of Ugandans doing business in China and Chinese companies operating in Uganda. It is also hoped that the discussions will lead to concrete measures to promote fair and ethical business practices between China and Uganda. Bronia Katusiime, Smart24 TV, Business Today.